What's up, y'all? Crisco here. Just watching a little NFL draft, 5th round. got the Coke. And got some cheese nips. Cheez-Its. Still waiting to see some LSU Tigers get drafted here. It's looking like the Saints, unless they trade back in, have completed their draft last night. Don't have any picks today. Hoping to see where Moss, the tight end from LSU, goes. I think he's going to be a steal, whoever takes him. And also Raymond Calais Jr. from UL, the running back. Thinking he very well could be a steal in this round. Let's see where we at right now. 167, the Buffalo Bills have taken Jake Fromm from Georgia. 168, the Eagles took John Hightower, wide receiver, Boise State. So we're on pick 169 in the 5th round. So far, early assessment of teams' drafts. I think Cleveland has done a great job. I think the Bengals have done really good. I think Miami has done pretty good. So let me go over who LSU still has. Thaddeus Moss, Randy Moss's son. You know Randy Moss, the receiver that played for the Vikings and also the Patriots, and he played 1 year with the Raiders. So Thaddeus Moss is going to be a steal. I believe he caught every pass that was thrown to him this year. Not sure why he's still available. Still hadn't been drafted yet. Blake Ferguson, another solid player. Michael Divinity, who had some off-field issues. Steven Sullivan, he's going to be a good receiver. Adrian McGee, a lineman, and Braden Fihoko. So I'll go over already right now all the LSU players that have been selected in their teams. What's so cool about this is none of them have been drafted by NFC South teams this year yet. So meaning that they may play in the same division as the Saints, but we won't have to play them twice a year. Okay, let me see here. So 169, 169, the Vikings took Harris in hand. So we have the Ravens on the clock. Then the Texans, Lions, Eagles, and Titans. So I'm going to go over the players that have been drafted from LSU. So LSU, the players that have been drafted so far. Of course, we know Joe Burrow, #1 pick in the draft to the Bengals. Patrick Queen, who was drafted by the Baltimore Ravens. Le'Veon Chasson, who was drafted by the Jaguars. Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, went to the Minnesota Vikings. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the final first-round draft pick, who went to the Kansas City Chiefs. Then we have Lloyd Cushenberry III, who got drafted by the Lloyd Cushenberry, who got drafted by the Denver Broncos. That's center. And then we have Kristen Fulton, going to the Tennessee Titans. Grant Delpit, the safety. I really thought he'd be a first-round pick. Cleveland Browns, to play with Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Greedy Williams. Damian Lewis, defensive tackle, playing for the Seattle Seahawks. Sadiq Charles, Washington Redskins, offensive lineman. Jacob Phillips, who's going to play alongside, hopefully they'll both start on that defense for the Cleveland Browns. Rashard Lawrence, defensive end, defensive tackle for the Arizona Cardinals. So we've had a total, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players that have been drafted. And we're in the 5th round, so I think the next one that's going to get drafted is going to be Thaddeus Moss, the tight end. Like I said, I'm surprised he hadn't been drafted yet. So right now we're watching. Hopefully, I would like to see him go to the Bengals to play with Joe Burrow. I think that would be awesome. Okay. The Ravens are picking Broderick Washington Jr., defensive tackle, Texas Tech.
Since you mentioned that college football playoff championship game against Alabama, that was the game where Tua Tagovailoa hit the national stage in a big way with that game-winning pass in overtime that won for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Jake Fromm was on the other side, playing quarterback for Georgia. Actually had a very good game for him. Well, the offensive coordinator for Alabama, who had to watch that and chess match back and forth, was Brian Daboll, who was the Bills' offensive coordinator. And Brandon Bean, the general manager of the Bills, texted me that he wasn't planning to draft Jake Fromm today, but he was on the board and thought he was too good.
So let's look at who's some of the top quarterbacks that are still out there. There was one guy that I thought had a lot of upside. Let's see. Undrafted, colleges, all college. Okay. So the top quarterbacks that are still out there, I'm trying to bring it up right now. Jacob Eason, James Morgan, and Jake Fromm have been drafted today. Okay. Alright, so right now the top quarterbacks left on the board. Nobody actually that's left is predicted to be a starter. But we got Nate Stanley from Iowa, Jake Luton from Oregon State, Case Cookus, Northern Arizona. And a guy that I think has potential, Anthony Gordon from Washington State. Let me see if I can tell you a little bit about him. Texans are on the clock. Like I said, still got Thaddeus Moss out there. That's surprising. And Raymond Kale Jr. Okay, hold on. Okay, this guy is 6'2", 205 pounds. He has small hands. That's what it is. 9 3/4. Yep, that's what it is. Joe Burrow had, I believe, 10-inch hands, and they made a big deal out of that. So that's the knock, you know, the small hands. People worry about those small hands. It's funny how what's dissected in these combines that may drop a player, have a player slip down. Can't measure the heart though. You can't measure the heart. Alright, the lines are on the clock. Welcome in if y'all are watching. Let me know who y'all team is. Okay. Let's open up some cheeses. Gotta have some snacks when you're watching the draft. Alright, let's see who the Lions take. Jason Huntley, running back, New Mexico State. The Eagles are on the clock. Probably buy me a new hat today. Thinking the Browns. Thought about maybe getting one with the Dolphins. But they didn't draft any LSU players. And I think they said there's only 3 teams in the whole NFL with not one LSU player on the team. I believe the Browns have the most though. I think it's 5. The Browns have Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Greedy Williams, Grant Delpit, and let's see what the other one. The other linebacker from LSU that was drafted last night, I believe. Jacob Phillips. That's who it is. Okay. The Browns are building in the trenches. Yeah, the Browns are building in the trenches, man. They got to get tougher, the Browns. All right, we're looking at the guys they still got out there. Still not seeing Moss from. What's up, y'all? Looks like we got 4. Hey, how you doing, V? Just watching a little draft. Enjoying my afternoon. How's your day going? I might go light a fire after a while. I'm eating some Cheez-Its. You can't go wrong with that. I had all kind of snacks. Last night I had 2 spicy chicken sandwiches. I just ate a half gallon of Sour Patch Kids ice cream. I had some chips with cheese and jalapenos earlier. And I just been kind of watching the draft. Getting ready to see who gets picked next from the LSU Tigers. Titans getting ready to pick. You did, Pop. You got you a sandwich. Good, good. Spicy? Now I need to know. Do you eat spicy or regular? I prefer spicy. So the way this works, there's going to be a lot of undrafted players. Regular, okay. Alright. By the time this draft ends, there's going to be a lot of undrafted players. And they will be free to sign with whatever team they kind of fit in with. You know, like say you have a quarterback, well, he's going to go extra pickles. Cool, cool. Yeah, the pickles are pretty good. So he's gonna go to the team that gives him the best chance to make the team. But you know, the Redskins actually drafted a guy that played for LSU, so that's cool. What's up, MCore? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Are you watching MCore? Are you watching the NFL draft, or did you watch any of it? I know MCore is a big LSU fan and a big Joe Burrow fan. Yeah, invite more darks, MCore. Invite more darks. Bring them all in. I'd like to hear. I'm gonna do 2 videos. One on the Saints. One on the Saints draft picks and one on all the LSU draft picks. So far, we've had 11 players go in the draft. And the Redskins, he said he'd rather watch his grass grow. MCore is not a. Well, I know a lot of people like that, believe it or not. A lot of people. A lot of people really don't care about sports, about the NFL draft, or about anything like that. You know, sometimes when the Saints will lose a game or have a bad loss, sometimes I wish I wasn't a sports fan. You know, but I can't really change it. I love sports. I miss sports. And happy about the draft. Hold on 1 second. Oh, nope. Well, alright. I'm gonna see y'all after a while. Hold on 1 second.